Good morning. I guess I got to get off it. I'm still stuck on that. Sorry about that. Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. How we feeling today? Ready to start the week? Ready to be able to hit that success button instead of that, not so quite yet. Anywho, anywho, how's everybody doing? I know it's been a while. Not really. I do enjoy though. While right now I'm only doing one new episode on Mondays so I can catch up because there's so many lost episodes. There's a lot of good content out there that I have on my computer. I don't want to, I don't want you to lose out on it while we're continuing to build that that foundation, that following base, the fans, something that people are like, you know what? This guy's cool. I like the mindset, I like the energy. I got good vibes and I can start my Monday out. I'm ready to kick some ass and succeed. Forge a new chapter or a new page in my life, right? And it's good to do that. It really is. It truly. I mean, I like I said before, people are always crying, oh, it's Sunday, oh, here comes Monday and Tuesday, and there's Wednesday, oh, yay, Thursday, Friday, and then, Saturday, right? So, but it does. That still gets to me that people are still like that, right? That they still say, oh, it's Monday. I hate Mondays. Why? Honestly, why do you hate Mondays? I mean, I look at it as what's the difference between Monday and Friday? Still days of the week, right? Okay, so my buddy says they hate Mondays because it's the start of the week and the weekend's over. But I can do on Monday what I do on the weekends. If you think about it, and if you manage your time correctly, you can do the same things. You got some yard work to do, you can do it on Monday, right? Oh no, but that's when usually they have the kid things. Oh, so now we're using our kids as our excuse. I've heard that one before. Oh, I got these things with the kids, so I can't. These are my only days. Not really. Time management. I bet you if we sat and see what you spend your time on, I guarantee I could find enormous amounts of time in your day. The average normal person. Now, those one percenters, or the aspiring one percenters, our days are pretty full packed. Boom, 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 boom. But we make time. If it's important, you make the time. Okay. And I did happen, yes, this is just a small rant. I did happen to see it on the old the media platforms. People were crying about if you don't have enough time for this, or you think all the days just start to bleed together and you don't even know what day it is, you feel so overwhelmed, overcome with just things that you have to do, you have to get done, but you feel like you don't have that much time. Well, you do, okay? And it's time management is an important part of life. It really is. Oh, the word escapes me. Not delve you. Oh, it does. What is the word? I am having a brain fart. You set aside a block of time. There is a word for that. It's escaping my mind right now. I'm going to have to go thesaurus it later. But you set aside a block of time to do this. It doesn't have to be a huge block, half hour, an hour, okay? Of where you sit down and you put all your focus into that topic or whatever that goal is that you're trying to do. Okay, now you don't have to do the whole thing all one day. You can set aside several blocks of time throughout the week. There you go. Problem solved. Okay, small blocks so that if you, let's say, a half hour a day, right? A half hour a day. There's an hour. There's another hour. There's 3.5 hours right there. that you were able to set aside each week for that particular subject or that task that you want to finish. All right. It works. I know people say, well, that's you're not going to get anything done. You're not going to feel it. Well, maybe not at first, but after that first week, and then that second week, it's all accumulative. Okay. That time it accumulates. Oh, I put this much time into it and I got it done. You don't feel too overwhelmed. You're only doing 30 minutes a day to begin with, right? And you accomplish your task. You feel good. You don't feel rushed. You don't feel like you could have done better because you were rushed or you were moving so fast that, yeah, I think I screwed up. I was, right? Which does help. Helps a lot. Builds confidence. I did this. I actually stuck to a time schedule, 30 minutes a day, 7 days, and I accomplished my goal. All right, builds that confidence up. You get, okay, let's try it. Maybe we push for 45 minutes next week or the week after that, 2 weeks of 30 minutes each day. Right? And like I've said before, all these little things that we talk about, it's all to help forge a better version of yourself, to develop habits, to develop small little rituals that become habits or part of your life. Now, it's not a weekend warrior type thing, okay? Because we know, and well, at least most of you should know, I would say that if you're 30 years and older, you should know that the weekend warrior thing doesn't work. That if you truly want something to be a part of your life, it has to become a lifestyle, right? It does. It does. You can't just Tarzan it on the weekends and then go back to thinking you're civilized during the week. Believe me, that doesn't work. From first coming from firsthand experience, it doesn't work. All right. So just embrace everything that you are. Know if you do have any limitations, okay, which kind of ties into today, this morning's topic or today's topic, right? Now, limitations I talked about earlier. We're drifting away from time management and building habits that will provide you with a better lifestyle, a better life, right? Perhaps a nice little legacy for you to leave behind to your kids. Well, mom or dad did this. Why they were so this busy, they did all this, they took care of us, we were fed food, they hung out with us, they spent time with us, and they managed to set aside time before going to bed for each of themselves. All right, cool, I like it. Maybe I should try that. They got a lot done. We had fun. I can actually remember my childhood where there were fun moments. It wasn't just all and what I mean. So we spoke of limitations. Now, affectionately, this this episode is titled Roots or Roots, depending on where you come from. Okay, and no, well, I guess my buddy tried to say, you mean like the movie? No, not like the movie. Kind of, sort of, but not really. All right, it's when I speak of roots or roots, depending on where you're from. It's the knowledge of knowing where you come from, where your family comes from, your history. Okay. Yes, that includes your culture. Okay. So that this way you're not just a one-sided person or a two-sided person. You have all your sides. All right. You've got who you are, both mom and dad, whatnot, and your culture. Always, always, always an important part. You can't forget about your culture. Okay. I've come across some people who want to because they think their culture is kind of an obstacle to what they want to do, which is an interesting topic. I kind of want to keep that on a separate another episode because I haven't really able to get into it yet with a few people, and I would like to because I mean, listen, how can you think that your culture can be an obstacle or provide obstacles in your life as you're working on forging a better you. Because to my knowledge and in my own experience, your culture helps you in understanding certain tribulations or trials that you might go through. Some people, based on their cultures, might be able to go through certain obstacles better than other people can, right? Others might have a hard time of it, while some people will go, oh, you know what? I can do this. Oh, I got this. Boom, boom, boom. Could be. It could be. I'm not saying it's always that like that, but it can. I've heard that it can help or hinder people, which is another question, another topic for another day. But I feel that knowing where you come from, knowing where your parents came from, is both helpful, knowing who you are, and empowering, right? I mean, wouldn't you say if you know who you are, knowing where you come from, that can help you figure out, all right, so who am I? Help to decipher, okay, why am I here? Right? What's my superpower? What is my reason? Right? You know, it helps to fuel your goals. And God forbid, if because of your ancestors or your aunts or uncles maybe have put limitations on what you can and cannot do. I think knowing exactly where they're coming from can help you to smash through any and all limitations. All right, any and all limitations. Right? I mean, and truthful, in being honest, I think it can. Right? All, all the any. Oh, hold on, I'm having a sound issue. Oh, all right. How's that? Better, better. Good. All right. Nice, 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 nice. So, where was I? Pushing past your limitations that maybe your mom, your dad, your grandmother might have set upon you, saying, "Oh, you can't do this because of any cultural differences or distinctions there might be." Right? I think it's important to know where you come from. As I've told people before, I did the ancestry.com. Okay, found out, as I like to say, I'm a super I'm a super mutt, with the exception of the to my now from my knowledge, uh the samurai and any ninja, and then I don't know what the warriors in India would be called, okay, or the Mongols, right? I've got all the other warrior classes in my ancestry.com, which is hilarious, right? I think it's great. Um, my buddy, who's soon as he, grows a pair of balls or his balls drop, and he, even though he's 37, who's coming on the show, he's interested in finding out where he comes from, right? So I think it's important to know where you come from in a manner of knowing where you're going to go. It could be a lot. That could be so much fuel for me, coming in my opinion, right? In my opinion, I think it helps to fuel whatever goals, fuels that warrior within that we're all trying to be, that warrior, right? Because, like I said before, we all are fighting for something. So you're a warrior every day, albeit a lot of you are one-sided. You're not fully groomed. You're not, you know, you haven't trained all around. I'd like to say a lot of the samurai people were gardeners. They did oh my god, what's the tree? And now I'm having another one. The little bonsai trees, little gardens, to well-rounded. You have to be a well-rounded. So even though you think, oh, we just do this, no, you want to be well-rounded. And as they say, it's better to be a warrior in the gardener than a gardener in the war, right? But I mean, it does kind of boil down to knowing where you came from, your culture, and all aspects to help fuel where you're going to go, what you're going to be. I was just watching I can't pronounce it because it was a Bollywood movie, or not even Bollywood. It was Tamil. It was it Tamil or Teluga, Telega. It might be a Teluga. Um, on an app on my tablet, I'm watching Zee5, or it's an S. I think I don't remember honestly. I can't tell, right? But it was about a guy who was finding out that a lot of past mythological stuff actually, nature will help to find a way. Just because you think it's in the past and it's old supernatural hocus pocus and whatnot, so there's a lot of facts behind a lot of that, and that it helped. I'm gonna get the name of the movie, and I'm gonna tell everybody. I mean, if you can watch subtitles, you definitely should watch this movie. I did. I got a lot of enjoyment out of it. Okay, so it was very good. It was very good. I thought I did. I enjoyed it, and it was a lot about discovering your roots, knowing exactly what your full culture is, your your entire history when you started. Now, granted, I know a lot of us, you know, America is only what 200 years old, a little give or take a few years, but some of these other cultures, like the Indian culture, not the Native Americans, but the Indian culture, I believe it says 6,000 plus years old. That's insane. There's a lot of history there. There's a lot of fuel to help push their culture, their people, to the stratosphere. Now, that's not saying that we don't have culture over here because most of us came over from here. None of you were born, not well, unless you know you're a native. None of the other ones were born over here. So you bring in your culture from some other place, or your grandparents did, or your great grandparents, right? So knowing your history, Minga, can be huge, huge in helping you figure out who you are, deciding who you are, or who you're going to be, and push you to reach those goals. You know, I know a lot of, how can I say this, so far in my life, I've got myself to prove right and wrong that I can do certain things, push past any limitations I might have put on myself because nobody's ever put any limitations on me. Like I told you before, my parents opened the door, there's the world, let's see what you got, right? So, in learning your ancestry, where you come from, where your family comes from, your history, it's a very powerful, yes, motivator, but it's fuel to push you to live that life that you want to live. It's fuel to help you forge that better version of yourself, right? I mean, it really is. I had somebody get on the other day, and they were like, "All right, what do you talk over here on Forge 2.0?" And I'm saying this, I said, "Well, we talk about forging better versions of ourselves, better mindsets, or a better mindset than what you have. Positive outlook that it's okay to be an extrovert or and want to embrace life and actually do something instead of just waking up, work, and then food." your kids, if you have them, toilet and then bed and then do that same thing all over again. That's not life. That's just surviving. Okay. And it blows my mind because people say, well, you got to do this, you got to do this. No, if you think about it, the things that we have to do, right? Like in working, it's not for living outside of the food part. I mean, if you think about it, we have to work. I'm going to blow your mind, but you have to work and go to work to line somebody else's pockets with money. Outside of you gotta, unless you can grow your own food, you're working to make somebody else rich. You're not working to live. You're working to make somebody else money. That's what it's come to. It's not like you have your noble people who are helping bridging gaps to different kingdoms and getting trade and we'll get this for either money and money and we need this and trading it for different things. The military for protecting you, in case greed pops up. You go to work to line somebody's pockets with money. Think about it. That's what it's come to. Now, granted, even those that are living the life that they want, they're living their life and they're doing what they're doing to line their pockets with money. It's really a shame that it's all become kind of about, I mean, unless you're a priest or a nun, doctors, I guess we could say, they do it to help people, but there are greedy doctors, right? A doc. I mean, let's be honest. And I got away. Anyways, I was talking to. I started just going. I went on a different train real quick like that. But I was telling the person, I go, we try to forge better versions so that you actually live life instead of just feeling like it's one giant, like it's a chore, or all you do is work. Your life, and I know it's hard because doing what you want to do doesn't always afford you the lifestyle you want, right? But as I've heard many years ago, your salary is what they pay you to forget your dreams. And I like that. I love that. And I sat there and I go, wait a minute. I was reading something, and I went through and I went through and I was like, hold on, what did I just read? And I went back and it was on a reel or whatever, a post of some on one of the, and it said your salary is what they pay you to forget your dreams. And I, after reading it like four, five, six, seven, 8 times, right, I finally got. I put my phone down and I sat there and I started thinking of going, yeah, yes, it does. That's and I started thinking, how many people are actually holy shit? And I'm going, Mika, that's there's truth in there. Exactly. Well, that's the whole thing. Kenzo is people that are entrepreneurs. They don't call it a salary. I just make they call it I make 6 figures or 7 figures, right? Or I make 8 figures. Oh no, the 7 pillars. No, well, yeah. Oh yeah, no, yeah, but listen to the 1%, and they don't say, "Oh, this is my salary." They either say I have 6 figures or I got 7 figures. That's how they talk. Yeah, they don't say salary. Those that are doing what they want to do. I don't have a salary. I'm making 6 figures. I'm making 7 figures. I'm making 8 figures. Right? Yeah, Floyd Mayweather. He doesn't have a salary. He's he's in probably up where, let's see, 6, 7. He's probably 8 and above, 8 and above. That guy, high eights or multiple 8 figures income. They don't say, I don't, what's your salary? They don't make a salary. They don't talk about a salary. And me, that kind of hits home. You're getting paid to not work your dream so that you're stuck in feeding money into other people's pockets. You know how those people can go on vacations like they do, a lot of these other people? Because of you. You're helping them go on vacation. They're not doing anything. It's you, right? And you think about it and you're like, damn. And at the same time, sometimes you're like, well, shit, I don't want to work for anybody anymore. I don't want to do that. Well, I understand some people, you've got to do it for a minute or two, right? You work for somebody else while you're working on your thing, you know? Now let's get back to what I was talking about with the other uh, couple of people. They're saying, so what, about your show, but you don't argue. You're not yelling and you're not complaining about, what's going on in the world. And I said, well, no, arguing and complaining is not going to make us better people. They've been arguing and complaining and trying to debate the same things for like the last 10 years when people started to get woke or whatever, what it is, right? They're not, has anything changed? I think we're more aggravated, more agitated, more, separated than we ever have been because people just want to sit there and complain and bitch back and forth about things. Nobody's trying to solve anything. At least not that I've seen. I could be wrong. Maybe I just haven't watched the right podcasts or watched the right shows. But from what I see out there and what's all over social media, I haven't seen anybody trying to solve anything. So when I was deciding what this show was going to be about when I started, it took me a while. It took me a long time because I didn't want to add more fuel to the fire. We don't need another podcast where people bitch and complain about things. You don't. Now, what we need more podcasts to help to promote people, help to lift people up, right? Help to motivate and infuse inspiration in your daily chores. Whatever it is you do each day should be fuel towards that life that you want to live, right? I mean, would you agree? You know, and that's why I say it. Coming to the show, going to YouTube, Forge 2.0. It's a different kind of mindset around here. It's going to get different once my buddy finally grabs his balls and decides to get on, right? But that's here at Forge 2.0 what I'm pushing. I want to help each and every one of you forge better versions of yourself. Knowing where you come from, knowing your roots, that helps. It's huge. It's fuel. Fuel for whatever motivates you. And you don't never realize why you want to do this, why you want to do that. There you go. Now you know. Maybe it's hereditary. Maybe it's just in the blood. Maybe your grandparents used to do that, right? Helping to forge a better version of you. Not worrying about what's going on. I mean, yeah, you got to pay attention to what's going on. But I said it before, you're not going to see change by just telling people, "Oh, you got to change this, you got to change that." You want to see change? Be the change. The more people that just start being the change they want to see in that positive light, it'll happen. There's another movie you should check out. I know I'm picking out movies, but I've seen them. It's this one is a Bollywood movie. It's called J Ho. It's with Salman Khan and a lot of other people, but he's the main guy that I know. It is an action flick, but there is a moral fiber, okay, behind this movie. Watch it. If I've found it a couple times, I've been able actually to find it with the English subtitles. It was on YouTube. This was a few years ago, though. You gotta watch it. There's some powerful stuff right there. Okay, powerful stuff. So, but I think it's important. Don't just take a salary. Oh, I can make lots of money doing this. Yeah, yes, you can. But are you happy? Are you just doing this? Well, I can make all this money, and then when I'm 70, because what are they trying to change the retire thing? What is it? 69 or is it 72? I forget. I think it's 70, 72. I think it said, right? Now you want to try to enjoy the rest of your life when you're 70 something? Work, 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 work. You must be out of your mind. You must be out of your mind. And now I'm not saying when you're 70, you still can't enjoy life. But why do you want to start trying to enjoy life when you're 70? Screw that. Well, you work right now. The retirement age was, what is it? It was 62 or 65, right? And then it is. And then it was, oh, now you can enjoy your life. Screw that. Screw that. I want to enjoy my life now. Now, I have enjoyed my life. I've made some mistakes. I have no regrets because I made the decision for that my life to travel in that direction. So I'm using these, well, the last 2 years, this year, to turn my life around, right? Turning it around. I want more out of life. I expect more from myself. I've got to be a better person. You know, it's not really, and this is where it gets interesting because certain people, they may not be where they want to be, but their mindset has always been there. The way they look at things has always been there, but they were just stuck working that salary, working that job that they pay you a salary to forget your dreams. Right? You were surviving. You weren't living, surviving. So, like I said, honestly, people don't take vacations from a life that they love, that they enjoy. People, honestly, usually only take uh, vacations. I'm going to say it's 90-10. Okay, 90% of the people that go on vacation, they're getting away from their life because they need a break. They're not going on, and this is only the 10% that actually go on vacation just to see places and have family time, as those ones call it. It's not, oh, we need a vacation. Oh, we're having some family time. Not, I need a vacation. I need a break. Look up the definition of vacation. I did this, what, a couple last, maybe last week or the week before. I said it on the show. A vacation means to get away. What are you getting away from? What do you have to get away from? If you enjoy your life so much, why are you taking a vacation? I just need a, exactly. You want a break. You hate how your life is. You hate your job. A lot of you hate your kids. All right. So you need a vacation. Oh, if I spend a couple $1,000, my kids will go here. They'll shut up and leave me alone. And I can do this. I can lay back, drink. They can just sit there and have fun. Really? That's living? That's your idea of life? You hate your kids. You hate your job. You hate your life. Explain to me how that's cool. How that's the in thing to do. Hating all aspects of your life. Think about it. That makes no sense. I need a vacation. I haven't come across anyone yet in 46 falls. 46 falls. I haven't come across somebody that says, you know what, I just need a vacation because I need a vacation. They're always, I need a vacation. I got to get away. I need a break. That's why they take vacations. They need a break. Now, your 1% who love the work they do, oh, we're, you know, gonna do some. I'm gonna get away for a week. Go do some family. The family and I are going to Maui. The family and I are going to Bora Bora. The family and I are going to, somewhere, to Jamaica. All right, the Thousand Islands. The family and I are getting away. They don't say vacation. They don't. But like I said, there's a difference in the people that the one percenters and everybody else. Now, I'm not saying that everybody else isn't happy because there's a lot of people that are, well, I can't speak to. They say they're happy. There are a lot of people that say they're happy. They're content with doing that, with not having a, I don't know, they would call it live above their station or stay out, get out of their lane because they've been programmed that this is all you can do. This is it. This is as high as this is all you're worth. I don't know how you people, and yes, I say you people because you're letting somebody else dictate your life. Somebody else, okay? Somebody else is telling you how to live your life. That you're only good for this, that you're only going to amount to this. This is all you're worth. Why are you letting somebody dictate that? If anybody out there, I know I'm slowly still growing, and now that I've stopped broadcasting all over the place and giving people free access to me, I've dwindled down my fan size. I still have the fans on all the different media platforms that might pop in here and there, and I still post things. But now I'm just focused on, I'm working on my Apple. I've got to put an Apple thing out there. I'm working on my YouTube channel. That's it. So I might have set myself back as far as growing my show. I have reopened the TV goal. I have restarted. I did shoot an email out to the TV people. I'm waiting for a response. Uh, just because the last two, I know I said I was working on, but I did do one, and one of them, it wasn't, I had full control over what I'm able to say. And if they wanted to talk about something maybe that was happening in the world, according to the, because of whatever the contract is, I would have to talk about that. And there you go again. I don't want to talk about the things where people are just complaining about. Every now and then I might bring something up, yes, but the majority, 97% of the time, I want to be talking about ways to forge better versions of ourselves, ways to change your mindset and how you look at life, how you look at obstacles, how you look at the negative, ways on how to help you to, instead of cutting somebody down, which is easy to do, just say somebody's, oh, you suck, you can't do this, blah, 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 blah. Inspire that person, lift them up. Now, granted, you know, I'm still guilty of throwing shots at people, but there is that balance. And there are people, and I'm sorry to say, I don't want to say this because I might be shooting myself, but there are some people who need a wake up call. I'll say it like that. There are people who need a wake up call. There are people who need help because they're negative and they want to bring everybody down with them because they're scared and they don't know how to live life. And because they've probably been told you're only good for this and their parents failed them, right? So it is, and I think I might have been talking to my buddy Kenzo the other day about it. I know nobody's better than anybody, right? I've said this before, but I'm starting to think there are people that are better than other people out there. I really am. I'm just, certain people are just, it seems, now, yes, there are people that are just bastards that just want to see the world burn. There are people like that out there. That's just not on the TV. It's not in your anime, and it's not just in video games. Okay, I think truly with what I've seen, I think there are people out there now. I think we've groomed people like that just want to see the world burn. That that are that are just negative assholes that are miserable and they're cowards, and God forbid if somebody else is happy, I'm going to bring you down to try to make you miserable too. Well, for a lot of us, that's that's the that's you know it sucks that I can actually say that and I'm right. And I was hoping for as long as I thought that nobody was better than anybody else. Your status might have been higher or lower, but that was it. I am now starting to think that there are people that are better. There are people out there that want to see the best in people, right? That want to bring out the best in people. That want to inspire people, right? To push themselves past any limitations that maybe their culture has set on them, okay? Or that other people, have impressed upon them. Oh, you can only do this. You can only do that, right? And it sucks. It really does. Because it's like I've said before, when we've lost people because of they weren't taught sticks and stones may break my bones, but words never hurt me. They weren't told that. They weren't taught that. And that light has been snuffed out far too early. They could have done great things for the world, right? And it's funny that only portions of the world are out to make their town better, their city better, their country better. And it's not the world out there for the world going, all right, how can we just make this better? How can we oppose upon just doing, you know, what's better to make this a better world? No, we don't want to hear that. No. I understand you've got to have the balance. If everything's good, what's good? We got to have the. I understand that. I do, but at the same time, I feel the scales have been tipped. There's definitely a lot of mo, a lot of more, a lot more, not a lot of more, a lot more people that aren't. They're afraid. They're just afraid to try to live life, let alone pick the life they want to live. If that makes sense to those of you out there, right? I'm gonna have to work on. Maybe I'm gonna have to see if I can try to get some professors on here in this field, or people maybe that are a lot more knowledgeable, a lot more. Maybe have done papers on it and why. As far as why do we think, why are we not trying to inspire people to do better, to be a better them, versus just negative. And I understand because a lot of you are cowards out there because it's easier to go to be negative. Just screw this. I don't want it. You're a piece of garbage. You're a piece of shit. That's easier than to say, that's good, man. But you could try tweaking it just a little bit and doing this. What do you think about that? And help people to improve themselves. That's too hard. People don't want hard. People want an easy, complacent, lethargic, bleh, life where they don't that little survival square. Nobody wants. A lot of people don't want to help each other out. They don't want to impart wisdom. They don't want to lift each other up. They don't want to pay. Hey, you know what? You're going down the wrong path. You need help, and I'm not saying you got to give somebody money, okay? And nothing I'm saying doesn't have to be money. I'm saying stand by, support them. Just be there. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, I see you're doing great things. This is awesome, man. I've been following you doing this and this. Superb. You're kicking ass. I love it. Let me see. I can't wait to see what you're going to do next. That motivates people. It inspires them. Now they get, all right, what do I got to do? They don't feel rushed. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do this. No, you're kicking ass, man. Keep doing it. I'm glad you're trusting the process. Your success will come. You know, it does. It burns my ass that most of you out there take the route of just cutting people down instead of trying to lift people up. Now, normally, like I said, yes, we definitely need the balance because if there's no bad, we don't know what good is, and if there's no good, we don't. Or if there's no bad good, we don't know what bad is, right? So there's got to be the balance. But right now, the balance is tipped in the bad in the wrong way. Okay, it really is, truly, unequivocally, the balance is tripped. So, but that's all I have to say. Like I said, I will be. My shows will start to get more longer as soon as I can get my buddy out. You know, so he grabs his balls and says, "All right, let me get on and let me do this." He's working on his 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 he's working on his coming out episode. He's working on exactly what he wants to say, how he wants to introduce himself, right? So, like I said, we'd have to see if that's one of the what is it the 90,000. No, yeah, because there's a site we can go to. And yes, he is in my ear. I don't know if you guys can fully hear him now, but he is in my ear. But there's a website where you get, for so much a month, you get like 90,000 songs and 900 different sounds or something like that for so much money a month. That song might be out there. It's old enough. So I hope everybody has a kick-ass Monday. You get your weekly milestones set. You get your gratitude, gratifying. I'm grateful for this. Put out your affirmations. Get those manifestations going. Like I said, you just don't write this stuff on down paper and keep saying it and saying it and saying it, and then it happens. People don't realize why you're saying this day in, day out. You're actually working towards your goal at the same time. Okay? That's what it is. It's not just okay, the universe is going to give me money. You're working on that. You're doing things to make that happen. Okay? Versus whether you're playing the lotto here and there or doing this, you're going to win something. All right? Sometimes you don't even realize. Oh, I just, did this cruise. You won. You won the cruise. You don't realize that. People just think you can't just write things down or tell the universe you want $1 million, it's going to happen. You're working on it while you're putting these affirmations out, while you're putting out these, I'm grateful for this, I'm grateful for that, I'm grateful for this, I'm so grateful, appreciative of that. Okay? You're working on this. I'm grateful for everything I have. I'm grateful for the people I've been able to reach out to. Hopefully, expand their mind. Hopefully, change that mindset. Make them laugh and make them enjoy their life. Now that I'm back on at 6 o'clock in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm coming at you, people can have me as part of their that ritual. This is what I do in the morning. I work out, I shower, and as I'm getting dressed and I'm eating my breakfast, I listen to the Wild Man. He gets me ready to go. He gets me amped up. I'm feeling like I could, like I could get in the ring with Tyson in his prime. That's the that I want to hear, that I want to see people have, that ambition, that fire. Okay, that's what I want to see. That's what I hope people get from this, and we help you change your mindset and forge a better version of yourself. All right, and remember, each and every one of you, yes, like my friend here, you're all warriors. You're all fighting for something. You're fighting against something, and I hope you come out on top. And I am here if you need advice, you need just a vent, you need a wall to just bang some ideas off of or something. You hit me in the comments. I'll see everybody Wednesday. You have a great day. This is the Wild Man signing off. Yes, baby. Later.